Imagine a day like any other. The sun rises, the world awakens, and everything feels normal. But our planet is in constant motion, spinning at over 1,000 miles per hour. We don't feel it, but our entire existence is built upon this perpetual dance. What would happen if, for just 5 seconds, the Earth stood still? At the moment of the stop, it wouldn't be a gentle break. It would be an instantaneous, catastrophic halt. Everything not anchored to the Earth's bedrock would be flung eastward at incredible speeds due to inertia. People, cars, buildings, trees, topsoil, everything would become a projectile, traveling at the speed of a supersonic jet. The surface of the planet would be scoured clean in an instant. A person standing at the equator would be launched at over 1,600 kilometers per hour. Survival would be impossible. The friction from this global scouring would generate immense heat, igniting fires across the planet. The world would become a blender, grinding everything on its surface into dust and debris. But the real horror would come from the atmosphere. Our air, not bound to the solid Earth, would continue its momentum. This would create winds unlike anything we can imagine. Not a hurricane, not a tornado, but a global wall of air moving at supersonic speeds. These winds would tear down any structures that somehow survived the initial jolt, generating a pressure wave that could pulverize concrete and steel. The friction would heat the air to scorching temperatures, incinerating whatever debris was flying through it. The sky itself would become a weapon of mass destruction. Simultaneously, the oceans would react. The immense bodies of water, driven by their own inertia, would surge eastward. This wouldn't be a normal wave. It would be a mega tsunami, a colossal wall of water kilometers high, sweeping across the continents. Coastal cities would vanish in moments, and the surge would travel hundreds, even thousands of kilometers inland, submerging vast areas of land under a churning, destructive flood. No coastline would be spared. The sheer force would scour landscapes down to the bedrock, reshaping continents in a matter of seconds. Then, after 5 seconds of absolute chaos, the second whiplash would occur. The Earth would resume its rotation. The sudden restart would be just as violent as the stop. Everything that had been thrown eastward would now be violently jerked back. The oceans, having surged one way, would now reverse course, creating a backwash of equal or greater destructive power. The supersonic winds would screech to a halt and then reverse, creating another wave of atmospheric destruction. It would be like a cosmic hammer striking the planet twice, ensuring nothing could possibly withstand the dual impacts. In the aftermath, the survivors, if any, existed deep underground, would emerge to a world they wouldn't recognize. The line between day and night would have been catastrophically disrupted. The sudden stop and start would have generated unimaginable seismic energy. The Earth's crust, already fractured and stressed, would erupt in a frenzy of earthquakes and volcanic activity. Magma from the mantle might breach the surface on a massive scale, spewing toxic gases and ash into the shredded atmosphere, blocking out the sun for years to come. This would trigger a new volcanic winter, plunging the planet into a deep freeze. The Earth's magnetic field, generated by the motion of its liquid outer core, would also be severely disrupted. The sudden jolt could cause the core's flow to become chaotic, weakening or even causing the magnetic field to collapse. Without this protective shield, the planet would be bombarded by lethal cosmic rays and solar radiation. Any life that survived the initial cataclysm would be sterilized by this invisible onslaught from space. The atmosphere itself might be stripped away over time, leaving our blue planet a barren radioactive rock, much like Mars. The long-term consequences are even more profound. The planet's axis might be altered, changing the seasons forever. The delicate balance of our ecosystem, from the smallest microbe to the largest forests, would be annihilated. The very chemistry of our oceans and atmosphere would be fundamentally changed. The Earth would be reset, but not to a state conducive to life as we know it. It would be a hostile alien world, haunted by the memory of a 5-second pause. This thought experiment reveals a profound truth. Our world exists on a knife's edge, in a delicate balance of cosmic forces. The constant, silent spin of our planet is the anchor of our reality, the unseen guardian that makes life possible. It's a humbling reminder of the immense power and fragility of our home in the universe. The ground beneath our feet feels solid, but we are all passengers on a celestial sphere hurtling through space. And its steady rhythm is the silent heartbeat of our world. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey thought-provoking, consider subscribing for more explorations into the what-ifs of our universe.